Hello there, this is Nerdy Geeky, or Trunks for you, and this is another segment of Nerdy News. And although this isn't news per se, I think everyone now has heard that Thor is going to become a female character, and there's been a lot of outrage about this, and a lot of people are very upset about this. Personally, I'm on the fence. I don't really read the comic books anyway, to be honest with you. I'm more of just a casual watcher, to be honest with you. Mostly because it's very daunting to get into the comic books. There's a lot to catch up on, or you have to jump into the middle and hopefully just sort of figure it out yourself. But Thor as a female character has a lot of pros and cons, and first of all, I'd like to address the fact that a lot of people think that they made Thor a female character just to pander to the female audience, or to pander to feminists, but honestly, they haven't, have they? If you look at the main sort of A-list now of Marvel characters, it is a massive sausage fest at the moment. There's a lot of men, and there's basically, they're all white males. There's one white female and one black male at the moment. Sorry, I take that back. There's two black males with the introduction of the Falcon, because obviously you've got Warhammer, who's a black male. So a female Thor adds that diversity. I don't know, I haven't read the comic books, but I would imagine it goes this way. It's not actually Thor, but a person who's picked up Thor's hammer, who has become Thor, or has the power of Thor. Now, considering Thor has changed in the past, he has been a frog, and he has also been some sort of weird crocodile-looking thing. I have not read the comics, I've only seen pictures. But the fact that people are okay with him being a frog, and not okay with him being a woman, makes me think that their argument is mostly just based on a sexist opinion. Shoot me now if that is wrong. But I also believe that, that changing Thor into a woman isn't the best way to bring a female character into the Marvel Universe. In fact, I would have rather have them created a whole new superhero, a whole new female superhero with her own cool backstory and her own name. It feels like they've sort of just changed Thor. Thor is as a beloved character. It will cause a lot of uproar and a lot of talk. Hell, even though I'm doing a little video on it that no one's going to watch. So, to me, it feels like they've gone, everyone knows Thor, let's turn Thor into a woman, let's not really put much effort into a new character and a new comic book line. They've kind of cheapened out. And now we've got a female character for the female fans to keep them happy. So, that's why I don't like Thor as a female, because Thor is a male god in real myths of real life. Thor is a male god of thunder. And they could have easily just created a new female character and put a little bit of effort into it, and given women a decent looking, with a really good backstory and a new name, a decent female character that way. The reason why I like Thor as a woman is it's different, and they were willing to go there. It's new. Thor is eventually going to come back to be a man. You know, in the films it's Chris Hemsworth, but if you do look at the superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as you know, I don't know what the comic book universe as such is like at the moment. In the cinematic universe, it is mostly all white men, and the only real recurring female character is Black Widow, who is also, incidentally, the most replaceable character. She is the most dispensable character. She is basically a white woman version of James Bond. She doesn't have any real superpowers. She is just a Russian trained assassin that turned good eventually. She doesn't have super strength. She doesn't turn into a big green monster. She is not a god, and she is not super smart and created her own Iron Man suit. She is literally just a secret agent who is very good at her job. They could replace her. They could even scrap her and it wouldn't change the storyline. The only time that she ever changes anything within the storyline is because it was set up so she could change it. So to have Thor as a female, a god as a female, the god of thunder is now a woman, and that makes that character indispensable, because they are one of the mythological characters. They have a true superpower. I mean, Iron Man doesn't have a true superpower. He's basically the Bruce Wayne of the Marvel series. He's just super smart, and he created his own suit. And although that does make him super smart, he is not a superhuman per se. I know some of the storylines do veer off, but if you're looking at it purely from in the cinematic universe, he is a human that built a very complex bit of machinery. He can go inside an augmentation suit. Thor is actually an alien. He's an Asgardian, and he is a god. And to have someone pick up his hammer and become a god like Thor, who now uses the Thor name, I mean, I don't know. I'd imagine that it is not some weird Asgardian transgender reassignment surgery he's gone through to become a female. To be honest with you, I would imagine that it's a whole new character that's picked up his hammer and has become Thor because of the loophole in the Thor's hammer now that anyone that picks up the Thor. I mean, originally, of course, if you're going on the base in the films, Odin said that on his hammer because he wants Thor to have learned from his mistakes and eventually pick up the hammer and become Thor the god again, rather than just Thor the human. Which is why, as well, as I've watched recently, a lot of people moan that on the description it says, "Oh, he who picks up the hammer." He only really said that because Thor is a man already, and he was more referring to the fact that Thor is a man, and therefore he said he. He's not saying that women can't be Thor. I think he also said he because he's referring to Thor himself. He wants Thor to learn from his mistakes and pick up his hammer and get the strength of Thor again. He wasn't saying that only a man can bring up the strength of Thor. Bringing in a woman is bold. It's interesting. It won't last forever, and it has created a lot of talk on the internet, which is great publicity for Marvel. So Marvel won on that front. They got publicity, free publicity from stuff like this. Created a bit of an uproar. Some people will read it, some people won't. They draw probably more female interest into the storyline, especially to Thor. I mean, Chris Hemsworth brings a lot of female attention into the Marvel universe. Anyway, and now to make him into in the comic book version, make Thor into a woman makes them go out and think, "Hey, I am actually read this because Thor's now a woman," and that's interesting. And there's a lot of people out there that might go, "Oh, Thor, didn't really care, you know, there's a lot of Norse mythology on Thor anyway," and then you go read a comic book about Thor, you know, beating up Nazis and stuff like that, because he did at one point go into the Second World War or something like that. But to have him as a woman, it's good and it's bad. It's good because it's bold and it's interesting and it's different, and he has been a frog and some sort of weird alien crocodile before, so you can't really moan that he's just the only thing that changed is that it's a human woman, or human-like woman instead of a human-like man. But it really draws attention away from the fact that they changed Captain America to be the Falcon, who is a black man, and I haven't really seen a lot on the internet about that, about the uproar of that, so it really softened the blow for that. So it shows the internet is more sexist than racist at the moment, to be honest with you. But overall, I think it's interesting. I don't know whether it's good or bad. I'm probably not going to read them because I haven't read any of the comics really. I am a casual comic observer. I mostly read Star Wars comics, to be honest with you, which I'm getting more into now. And I am at the moment on the Anne McCaffrey Dragon Riders of Pern series, which is amazing. Which is also getting a new film, which I do want to talk about in another nerdy news. Though that will be a lot faster than this one. So I mean, put your opinions in. I probably missed loads. My opinion doesn't really matter because it's mine and mine alone. Put it in the comment section. What do you believe? Try and keep it clean if you can. But this is the internet, and someone will reply back to you and aggravate you, because that's what people do on the internet. They make an anonymous profile and they aggravate each other. But I mean, if you think it's good or bad, put it on. I'm on the fence. I think overall I'm leaning towards good. I think it's going to be good. The only thing I don't like about it is that if they really did want to put a female character into the Marvel comic universe, is why didn't they put the extra effort in and create a new origin story and a new female character, make them interesting, rather than just putting them on the back of something someone already knows. Everyone already knows Thor. It seemed lazy. That's all I meant. But other than that, I got no problems with Thor being a woman. Maybe because I don't read the comics, but I got no problem with Thor being a woman because she's still going to kick ass at the end of the day. And as a man, you know, us nerds, we like boobs. And there's more boobs in it now. And I'll be honest with you, Thor's more scantily clad than ever. That could be sexist. I don't know. I'm from a generation that knows comic book females tend to be bustier than regular females, although that is wildly sexist. So yeah, write what you think in the comment section below. I'm very interested to read what you write. Thank you for watching this segment of Nerdy News, although this isn't really new news. It is just news and my opinion on this. And I want hopefully to do some more of these. I may even do another one today if I can find something to rant about. Thank you, and thanks for watching.